So here we are, about 3.5 years after the launch of the Wii U, and Nintendo is getting ready to throw in the towel and pull the curtain to unveil their upcoming console, codenamed NX. Despite having a year head start on the competition, the Wii U has had the most disappointing performance. Nintendo only managed to sell 13 million Wii U's, lagging behind the 20.7 million Xbox One sold, and not even close to touching the PlayStation 4's 39.8 million. I think it's time to ask ourselves, where did the Wii U go wrong? To properly analyze this, we'll have to break it down into two parts. What went wrong before the launch of the Wii U, and what went wrong after the system was released. First thing is first, the Wii U was a terrible name for the system for a whole lot of reasons, but they can all be traced back to how similar the name is to the Wii. For the people that were actually aware of the new system launching, the name Wii U already had a lot of negativity due to the bad image that they had of the Wii. To them, the name Wii U gave the impression that it was just going to be more of the same with what Nintendo gave us on the Wii. Sell us an underpowered console with some gimmick that would just end up being a wow factor to bring in the masses instead of enhancing gameplay. For everyone else, the name Wii U was so similar to Wii that it didn't even occur to them that it was a new system. They thought it was just going to end up being a new controller for the Wii. This might sound silly to gamers like us who stay up to date with these things, but put yourself in the average person's shoes. The system is called Wii U. You see people playing using the gamepad and playing with other people using Wii remotes in games like New Super Mario Bros. U and Nintendo Land. It's pretty easy to see how someone can get confused now, isn't it? This would not have been a problem if Nintendo had informed people of this new system, which brings me to my next point. The lack of advertisement. In addition to having a confusing name, Nintendo didn't even bother to advertise the new system that they were about to sell. Personally, I think that the Xbox One is a worse and more confusing name than Wii U, but Microsoft went out of their way to advertise and let people know that they were releasing a new system. By the time the Xbox One came out, there was no question or confusion as to what it was. Nintendo just let the Wii U launch without any real explanation, expecting the Wii name to sell itself. Finally, what might have hurt them the most was the hardware Nintendo used. We all knew that the Wii U wasn't going to be as powerful as the Xbox One or PlayStation 4, but Nintendo should have known better than to release an 8th generation console with 7th generation hardware on their mind. The Wii U uses a power-based CPU similar to the 360, while the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One use 86 architecture and provide 8 gigs of RAM, completely overshadowing the 2 gigabytes the Wii U has. There's a lot more technical details and numbers that can be thrown around, but basically, the Wii U is a generation gap console, a clear step above the PS3 and 360, but nowhere close to the PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. In addition to the specs, Nintendo just made some weird decisions with the Wii U's design, like the lack of an Ethernet port, or having 32 gigs of flash memory instead of a hard drive. The 32 gigabytes of space is a huge hindrance, especially with Nintendo releasing DLC for the major titles and trying to encourage people to download Virtual Console and indie games. So I think that about covers everything that went wrong with the Wii U before it launched. Let me know what you guys think, and next video we'll go ahead and cover everything that went wrong with the Wii U after it was released.